Jessie? Hello?
Is it as bad out there for toys as they say it is?
We're finding more abandoned toys each day.
We're down! Tech's invaded our house, too.
I don't know, Jessie.
Woody, Buzz,
Toys
and
are
the
for
rest of the
play,
gang are back again on the big screen in Toy Story 5. The newest entry in the series hits theaters today, 6 years after the last movie. It tackles a modern-day issue familiar to many parents, screen time. I know a thing or two about that. The toys band together as their young owner becomes addicted to a smart tablet known as LilyPad. Definitely very topical. The CBC's Jackson Weaver joins us now with his Friday film review. So Jackson and I, we sit close to each other and usually bond over our love of horror and dark films. Yes. But we did have a moment talking about this yesterday after you saw it. What did you think?
I mean, so we were talking a little bit about the emotional connection you could have to things as a child. I was really young when this first movie came out. I had one of those Buzz toys, and I was just reminiscing the emotional connection and happiness and wonder I had with that toy. It seems, I don't know, magical just from like a cinematic sense, but it really was a magical feeling. And if we're talking about whether or not we need a new Toy Story 30 years from that first film, I mean, this is the studio, Pixar, that in their early iteration were very against that concept even. They were very much no sequels, original stories only. Now we have, Coco 2 coming out, Incredibles 3 coming out, we have Inside Out 2, we have Cars 3, and of course Toy Story 5. So it's very much sequel heavy, and it does feel maybe a little bit disingenuous to go back once more. But in this new film, as you mentioned, definitely new themes explored, definitely topical, almost maybe a little bit late for them to get into this now. As you mentioned, this is about the main character, Bonnie, an 8-year-old who is unable to connect with her friends. Her parents think, well, all the other kids are on their tablets. Of course, Bonnie needs one too. And as you'll see in this clip coming up showing Jessie, the kind of new sheriff of the room after Woody's departure in 4, is trying to get that LilyPad under control. Take a watch.
Call me Lily.
Now look here. Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends with the Jordan twins across the street.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin it with all your stupid... You're not even listening to me.
Oh, no, I was listening. I'm always listening. See? Now look here. Me and the toys have been working all summer to try to get Bonnie to make friends with the Jordan twins. No, in Spanish.
Con los gemelos Jordan, al otro lado de la calle, pero luego tuviste que arruinar.
No, as a rap.
Me and the toys been working all summer trying to get Bonnie make friends.
First dance, honey.
Oh, this concerns me ethically.
Some ethical concerns going on. It's also similar to, I think, every other Toy Story movie in that its central core theme is a toy wanting to feel valued by helping a kid grow up and then being alienated by that kid, leaving them behind. So we have many other storylines going on. I mentioned that Woody kind of departed in the 4th movie. He is back this time around. We also get Buzz back. We get all of those kind of characters that you knew and loved from those earlier films.
Definitely something topical, and from what we've seen, it seems like it is kind of an anti-tech sentiment, which hits me as a little bit ironic because, of course, when Pixar first came out, some people didn't like it because it looked too techy, 3D animation. They preferred hand-drawn looking animation. So in its own day, it too could have been seen as the enemy for being too novel. Is this an anti-tech movie?
I think Pixar is very aware of the irony that you just mentioned. And as we see in that kind of trailer, in that clip, in the PR material, it does look very anti-tech, something that I think a lot of parents may share that sentiment. But it is not as anti-device as you might expect, probably a little bit for that irony engendered from their earliest days.
Not lost on them either.
Not lost on them. But also, I mean, Pixar is very much trying to walk the line for so many of their movies. I mean, we recently saw that Leo film that they released last year. It was supposed to include an LGBTQ storyline. They took that out, potentially could alienate people. The most recent other film, Hoppers, is about, climate change and defending the environment, and its moral is, befriend your local politician. So they're not trying to make everyone or anyone mad at their films, and in that regard, this does walk the line, but it does so, I think, not in a disingenuous way, but it is realistic about the place the devices, that technology is going to have in kids' lives, while also being very realistic about the damage it can do. There's a scene involving cyberbullying that's heartbreaking, not only for its honesty, but for the fact that it's happening to an 8-year-old and in a realistic way. So it's very smart. It is walking the line. It's not anti-device entirely, espoused maybe most by the fact that one of the characters is a smart potty training toy called Smarty Pants, played by Conan O'Brien.
I love it already. The combo of all those words together is amazing. How does it compare to the past Pixar offerings?
I will say, getting into the nuts and bolts of it, this is a fantastic movie. This is an amazing Pixar entry. I didn't love Toy Story 4. This really gives an excuse for those characters to come back. They find new things to investigate. They have this new theme. They really dig into the pathos of meaning, of kind of having the parent metaphor for raising your kid, not being able to protect them as they grow up. And then also there is a really strong evolution of the human characters. If the early films didn't really satisfy you in leaving Andy mostly unexplored, Bonnie is a big part of this, her evolution, her struggles as a kid. So many good parts of this movie, so many things that make me think, personally at least, that this is the best one since Toy Story 1, in my opinion.
Okay, yes. That is high praise. With that in mind, what is your rating?
We got a star rating here. I wanted to show you and I'll tell you what I think. So 4 out of 5 stars, wow. And it's maybe even lowballing it a little bit. I love this movie. I adored this movie. I think that if you're into Toy Story and if you're into seeing Woody and Buzz arguing again, you're going to be well served by this.
Okay, I'm totally sold. I'm going to go see this maybe with my kid. Thank you so much, Jackson. Really appreciate that.